Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review and another episode of Table Talk. Now, I'm going to tell you, the last Table Talk was very successful. And I used to use Table Talk was for the viewers, you have a question, something I can show you that I have here. But now, the last Table Talk was from the comment section. So I decided I was going to do another one on the comment section. And it is going to be about Vanquish, the Phoenix, the Fordyce. Now, my Phoenix is a kit, so it's a bit different than the ready to run. But I've looked at my comments, which they've all been relatively favorable. Now, I've read a lot of other comments on other sites, and Vanquish used to be the golden child. When you made a vehicle that was so expensive, only the top tier was buying it. The little guy wasn't buying it. Now, Vanquish, in my opinion, about time, released the Phoenix. And it started as the kit. So, I had plenty of portals. So, it's a straight axle. This kit, I was one of those guys. Vanquish was very expensive. I never felt that I needed, oh, wait a minute, that is the heater. Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of minus 50 degrees.
That's why I'm inside talking to you guys. 2 weeks, Arctic deep freeze. Haven't done much outside. So, been tinkering, working on the old FMS Atlas. Updates to come. Now back to the topic. Out of reach for most people. I never thought in my mind that I needed a complete axle or aluminum vehicle to go drive around on the rocks with. You know, I've got some metal stuff. Don't generally gonna take it out just to crawl it on rocks. So, never saw the reason to buy one. But then the kit came out. No excuses. I want to see what the hype is about. And this truck, I fell in love. The design, the build, even the body was just fabulous. Kit, what did I think I paid like $350 for the kit? Put electronics in it I had laying around. Actually, I think, yep. So I bought, on top of the kit price, I bought 2 servos for it. Had the Hyraxes. So there you go. Kit was phenomenal to build, very capable. The only thing I didn't like, the weight bias is just, it's fiddly. I don't use any of the doodads on it. But with the 1080, I got to tone back the drag brake a bit because, you know, when you're in an incline, if you give it too much gas and slam it really quick, the drag brake will flip it right over. But other than that, it came with the heavy duty upper and lower links, you know, crate. I have tore the paint completely off of these axles. There are scuffs on the lower control arms, lower links, but the belly pan has very little rubs on it. The truck is just like a billy goat. You know, it's got the VS 410 the VFD twin in it with the doodads. All I need to do is throw a different radio in it, which kind of the reason I bought this one. But solid performer. Now, I am assuming, once I looked at the Fordyce, that this is a lot the way that the Phoenix is. It's got, you know, big lower links, but it's got skinny front links. Everything on this truck is beef. All the links are streamlined, but they're still metal. You know, and metal's pitman arm, the pitman arm is metal. The steering servo, metal. You know, I put front and rear weights on it, axle weights. And this actually, out of the box, ooh, actually I got scuffs on the belly of that one. This, the Falcon Wild Peaks, pretty decent for a kit. The radio, it's just a rebadged, what was that rebadge from? I forget what it was. Most people know. Does not have the VFD twin, but still has the linkages and whatnot in there. It's got less engine covers, but I have read that you can buy a conversion part to put on the transmission to activate the dig. You know, I just don't see the dig thing. But drove this truck, this is for you that watch the video, at 10 below. These tires actually froze, which the temperatures I just showed you, that happens to our vehicles up here. So this vehicle, if I would have let it sit, it would have got flat spots and it would have been thump, 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 thump. You know, it lost some of the grip and they're so soft. It was this tire. So it had actually froze after twisting. So this tire was all twisted, but it still kept going. So performance-wise, love them both. So let's get to the bad comments. The price tag. And I'm just going to say this. Both the Phoenix and the Fordyce, sub $500. Sub. The Phoenix comes with the VFD twin. The Fordyce comes without it. And it's only a $20 to $40 difference between the two when you buy the RTR. And that has people up in arms. Now, I'll tell you, if you have the Phoenix kit, you are not getting this. When I got this kit, it came with extra metal gears. So this truck is very noisy compared to this one because complete metal gears in it. You could put complete metal gears in the Fordyce, but again, sub $500. You get a 4-channel radio. You get, I think it's just the VFD transmission, which is bulletproof, very reliable. You get the F10 axles. You get the VS 410 chassis, which is a phenomenal chassis. Very easy to set it up, you know, with the shocks to lower it down. You could get a little lower center of gravity. You get excellent shocks with it for a ready to run, which one of my new favorite channels to listen to. Check him out, Crawler Canyon. He calls all RTRs ready to replace. Well, the Fordyce, maybe the tires, but the shocks, the links, everything on here, I still can't figure out the servos. If a servo to me, if I'm crawling the rocks and it hangs up and I can't free myself, okay, that is useless. I will get rid of that servo. But this servo to me, not being a servo expert, seems strong enough. In the Phoenix, I am trying out these Eco Powers from A-Main. And except for destroying one in my Wendigo from, lots of impacts, I've got them in multiple vehicles now, and I don't have a problem with them. I see a lot of these ones that just whip really quick. Maybe that's a thing I should be looking at, but I look at the Traxxas TRX4, well over $500. I look at Axial SCX 10.3s, way over $500. The base camp kit, lower. But then, there you go. You get a transmission with nothing. You still get overdrive with the Fordyces. You don't get any of that in the base camp. TRX4 pretty bulletproof, don't need all the doodads, but it seems now that the sport kit has gone away. So I don't know if Vanquish just really did their homework, but for me, they're filling a niche that I feel is getting neglected. The bare bones. Give me a bare bones ready to run. If I'm going to upgrade something and I can't get a kit, I would much rather get sub $500 if I'm going to get a kit that I know I'm going to tear apart. It hurts less if it's less than $500, because wheels and tires $100, radio a couple $100, generally some really good shocks, close to $100. I mean, you can get into $1,000 really quick if you take a well over $500 ready to run and upgrade it. I speak from experience. Did it once. Never gonna do it again. No way can I show this to anyone and say, give me $1,000 and it's yours. Not gonna do it. It's an Axial SCX 10.3. And the dig doesn't work because I refuse to buy another servo so I can watch the magic smoke come pouring out. This truck is, it's even straining holding it right here. This truck is so modified with 5-channel top-of-the-line radio. Everything in this truck. Started $519. That truck is easily $1,200 now. Easy. It's got, I don't even want to talk about it, and hopefully my wife doesn't watch the videos. But right now, as soon as it gets warm again, I've been testing, and I bought this too close to winter, but the main thing, I already had a Phoenix that I built with my own hands, FJ45, a tough, mean looking truck. Willie's pickup truck, modernized. I like Vanquish's versions of things. A lot of people hate this body. Hate it. Yeah, the cab's a little tall, but drop the shocks down low. This has not tipped over just because of top heaviness yet. Put weight down low in the axles. I loved it because it's an old Willys with a modern interpretation. FJ45, modern interpretation. If I can't find a kit that I want to build, the Phoenix or the Fordyce, well actually, if I was wanting to build a full-blown crawler build, I would probably go with the Phoenix. Still, sub $500. And that's where I stand. Vanquish is now filling a niche that I didn't know was becoming a niche. But as we talked about with RTR versus kits, kits are going away. I've just re-looked again. Actually, I've got two SCX 10.2s. And you can still get the VS410 chassis kit for $100 to completely convert your SCX 10.2 into a VS410. Okay? Element, still making their kit. Base Camp from Axiom. Then there's a lot, but you need a donor vehicle. There's a lot of bits and pieces where you can basically make your own truck. But the base kit seems to be going away. So, in my opinion, if you want to, because I actually sat down and priced one out. Needing everything to begin to get a build going. It's going to be over $500. So why not get something sub $500, which then I can just rip the top off, go to town. And with that is where I will open up, let's have a conversation. Explain to me if you are one of those commenters from another channels that have been just blowing it up because of the price difference between the Phoenix and the Fordyce. Where is the big issue? Same radio. Actually, I didn't research good enough to see the tires that come on the Phoenix. But different bodies, that's another thing. Oh, they're just the same truck, different bodies. What's an Axial SCX 10.3? What is the TRX4? What is a lot of the elements? Same chassis, different bodies. When I was younger and didn't have a wall behind me, what did I do? I had 1 or 2 cars, 3 or 4 bodies, 3 or 4 sets of tires. Boom, different truck. That was good enough for me. So let me know in the comments. Let's talk about the Vanquish Fordyce, the Vanquish Phoenix. What's the deal? Which one would you buy? And if you're buying a similar vehicle with only, let's just say, a transmission difference, is that worth paying 20, 40 more bucks for? Or are you getting robbed on the one that doesn't have the fancy transmission? Those are the things we're looking at. Let's sit down and talk about it. So until the next one, it's Jerry, Old Guy Review. Thanks for stopping in. Go home. Well, if you are home, hug the wife, kick the kids, and we'll talk to you later.